try to play my part. My lies memorized in my heart.
see her walking down the boulevard. She got the posture of a superstar. She looks so fly in those Gucci slides. Yeah, yeah, I wonder what she hides under her disguise. Yeah, 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 yeah. And all the girls around the world, they wanna be it. And all they do just tryna score like it's fever. She lives a double life, puts on a show. What's under the subtle smile, we'll never know. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her.
Let me paint a picture. I see they don't understand. Feeling like Picasso. She brushing against my hands. Seen you from around the way. You didn't give me the time of day. You be making moves that, yeah, who really care what's say. All the bad things, girl, I had to look past that. Call yourself a dime, I'm just trying to get my cash back. You be looking fine, so no wonder they can't match that. Louis V scarf, or I'm chilling with a dad hat. Whoa, slow it down like that. Just hold me down like that. Yeah.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. She's a Mona Lisa.
There's something about the way that you understand. We don't need a rush and we don't need to make no plan. You say, pace yourself, slow it down. And I don't want to waste my days with no one else. I love how it feels, killing time, you and I. Hours, minutes, days and nights, trading all of our deadlines for conversations over wine. Killing time, you and I. In this moment we're alive, infatuated with your eyes and the way they look at mine when we're killing time. There's something about the way you talk with your hand. The way that you say my name when nobody's there. No. You say it's alright, take your space if you need a break. And if I need to disconnect, that's okay. This ain't no race. Killing time, you and I. Hours, minutes, days and nights, trading all of our deadlines for conversations over wine. Killing time, you and I. In this moment we're alive, infatuated with your eyes and the way they look at mine. We're killing time. Killing time, you and I. Hours, minutes, days and nights, trading all of our deadlines for conversations over wine. Killing time, you and I. In this moment we're alive, infatuated with your eyes and the way they look at mine. We're killing time. Killing time.
She my pineapple, yeah. She's sour, she's so sweet. Yeah. She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I need another double. She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I guess she's all I'm after. My little girl got a sour side. But you know I'm a sucker for some sweetness. Every weekend pulls you in, she knows your weakness. I tell her she's my princess, she just wants to be queen. I call her pineapple and she says, what do you mean? She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I need another double. She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I guess she's all I'm after.
Yeah, take a slice and look inside. You see the sweet, the nice, the harmless vice, the cold as ice. I need my pineapple consistently. I eat religiously, I need my sweetness instantly.
And every time that she's around, she's sweet, I'm signing this, she's sour. Just wait an hour, my little flower. And every time that she's around, she's sweet, I'm signing this, she's sour. Just wait an hour, my little flower. She might be.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. YouTubes, Twitches, all that shit. How are we all? I'm very well. Thank you for asking. Now, it's Sunday evening / Sunday. Thank you to John Krembos, who says hello, y'all. Thank you for the bit there on Twitch. You can give me bits on Twitch if you want to as well. It's a thing you can do. Anyway, yes, it's a Sunday evening / Sunday afternoon, or if you're very weird and or Australian, Monday morning. Wives. Yes, it is a pretty boring evening. Let's be honest, it's a pretty boring evening. I was watching the Welsh Open snooker final between O'Sullivan and Brown. I suspect O'Sullivan's just going to romp it from this point on. It came back from 5-3 down after the first session, and yeah, 6-5 up. So yeah, he's going to walk away with it. So I thought, fuck it, I'll catch the highlights later. I'll do a different thing. Because this is something I was sort of maybe going to mention briefly in passing on tomorrow's show with Christy. But I'm just going to do it now. Fuck it, why not? We'll do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. And yeah, so this is going to be a slightly pointless stream. And I say slightly because there is definitely something that that can be learned from this. There are some dramas and it's just a complete and utter joke, clusterfuck of a thing, right? But I think there's definitely something to be learned here. There's definitely something to be learned about what not to do when one gets into an argument. Now, I rarely try and pull rank on anyone because I'm no one. It's I mean, even someone on the internet is not really a someone in general, but I'm a no one on the internet, so you know. But I've got some experience now, so I'm going to pull the wise old man card out and play the motherfucker, right? Because I've seen some things in my years on the interwebs, both in terms of watching and, you know, I've been a broadcaster, a content creator for a number of years now. And I've seen this kind of thing go down a million times. And I think I've learned a few things about it and can hopefully pass on a bit of... I'm going to stop short of saying wisdom. I mean, I am a person permanently ensconced in my own arsehole, obviously. Can I get some A's in chat for arsehole, please, people? Let's do that. Anyway, but even for me, that would be too much to say wisdom. But I can give you a few bits of hopefully advice or whatever. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see if there's anything of worth to be dragged out of the thing. Watching live on Twitch would be weird because why am I reading the chat? Don't read the chat, Kev. Don't read the chat. The chat is fucking stop. But anyway, talking of doing stuff on Twitch, you should go over and subscribe to me or follow me at least, the free bit on Twitch, because I'm going to be doing Twitch Tuesdays from now on. So on Tuesdays, I will only be broadcasting on Twitch, which means we can do like watch parties and stuff, which basically means anything on Amazon Prime you can watch like completely. Like you don't have to do like fair use or anything because Amazon like own the fucking copyrights or whatever. which is pretty badass. So we're gonna watch some stuff. I don't even fucking know what. I genuinely don't even know what I'm gonna do for the first Twitch Tuesday. Just watch some shit and generally have a laugh. And there'll be some of the usual stuff as well, by the way. It's not going to be just me watching a movie, but it'll be some bits and bobs like that as well. Anyway, so yeah, go and subscribe to me on music app. What? No, you can no. On Twitch, it's owned by Amazon, right? So I'm technically earning money, albeit a very tiny amount of money, for Jeff Bezos as we currently speak, right? Amazon Prime, the streaming service, has loads of films and stuff. Like when the Borat film came out, there were loads of people on Twitch literally just watching this newly released movie live on stream because it's on Amazon Prime. So fuck it. Yeah, so that we can do that if I'm just broadcasting on Twitch, because if I'm also broadcasting on YouTube, YouTube will just take that shit down and strike me. So I'm going to be like, So on Tuesdays, I'll be just on Twitch. So if you want to get the full Kevin Logan experience, you have to be on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/KFLogan1875. You can follow me there. You can also subscribe to me, which will cost you money, unless you have already subscribed to Amazon Prime. If you've got an Amazon Prime, you can link it to your Twitch channel for free, and you get one free subscription every month. And you can give me £5 of Jeff Bezos' money, or $5, whatever. And yeah, you can. We can impoverish Jeff Bezos in no time. Anyway, enough of that. Oh yeah, and there's if you want to get comments in during the course of this stream, there's streamlabs.com/KFLogan1875. If you want to support the stream and all that, all of my links are below. Go and check them out. Anyway, I call myself a socialist. I do call myself a socialist, but I'm currently giving a kind of like. Imagine like I'm wanking off Jeff Bezos, but I'm sat in the front seat of a car and I'm just sort of reaching back and giving him a tug job. That's basically what's taking place here. So, anyway, drama. Oh, this is such a kind of easily avoidable drama in some respects, but I mean, most drama is, I suppose, isn't it? Anyway, it's between two people, the titular characters of DemonMama and Riley Grace Roshong. Regular viewers to the channel will already know of Riley. She's been on the channel. We had a conversation a few weeks back with her. She's awesome. Anyway, she's a trans creator and a legal student / is becoming like a kind of professional person in the legal field. She's gone before like the Maryland state legislature doing something or other to do with trans issues, I think. Anyway, so she's pretty badass, right? And DemonMama is a streamer, again a trans creator who I think is non-binary technically, but both use she/her pronouns, so that makes this stream much easier because I won't have to like remember or anything. They're both she/her, so that's cool. Anyway. Yes, and they, like I said, they're both trans creators, so they've been sort of friends for a while. And by the way, I have a lot of respect for both of them. I like them both. I'm not going to be like trying to do too much taking of sides in this. Okay, yeah, I don't want to sort of take too much in terms of sides. I have my opinions on this, and I'll be giving them as we go along. But I don't think either people involved here is like evil or bad. I'm not cancelling anybody. Like it's just it is what it is. Anyway, so they've both been friends for a while. They've been streamed together, I think, previously. Then on, I think it was Monday, they did a stream together, which was at first a kind of basically we're going to watch DemonMama's video about this. She explains it in much more detail, but I'll give you the kind of brief whatnots. They streamed together on Monday. It was frivolous at first. Then they got talking about serious thing. And they got into a discussion, which really is not my place to be giving an opinion on, as such. That being the idea of self-identification for trans people. And when and where that is appropriate and all the rest of it, right? And I think basically this boils down to poor wording from both people in the conversation, which then spiraled into argument and shouting and recrimination and nonsense, which we'll get into as we go. Riley's basic issue was that she was using words in a kind of legalese sense, right? She was arguing the difference between trans identification in a subjective and objective way, which sounds kind of bad and a little bit turfy if taken completely out of context. But obviously, once you add the context of like reality in the situation, she was using those phrases in a legal sense, which is completely different. I'm led to believe in American legal parlance. Apparently, they mean basically different fucking things to the way they're usually used in a more colloquial sense. So I don't think Riley was trying to be negative or like shitting on non-binary people or anything like that. But clearly I think that DemonMama took it in that way, right? They clearly felt that this was sort of needling or prodding at undermining non-binary people, and of course she is a non-binary person, and took it, I think, personally. And they're both combative people. You sort of have to be on the internet. It's sort of almost redundant to say that they're combative. You kind of have to be in order to sort of survive on the internet, and they both have in their own ways. And of course, I think there's an element of sexism as well, because I'm enormously combative. Most men online are. Again, it's sort of redundant to say because it's, you know, everyone is. But if you look at like the dude bro, debate bro fucking thing, right? It's all about being combative. It's all about being aggressive and forceful and you know, in your face, and being basically a bit of a cock, right? A bit of a prick. But that's just sort of accepted when men do it. But it seems more combative when women are doing it. So when two women are doing it to one another, it seems very combative and very kind of, you know, some people have described it as being bitchy. I think that's indicative of the kind of sexism I'm referring to here. Anyway. Yeah, gatekeeping is the word. Yeah, not turfy was probably not a great phrase for me to use, but a bit gatekeepy. Yeah, a bit gatekeeping. Anyway. Although, again, like I say, with the context of it being legalese, I don't think that Riley was, like, trying to be horrible or anything. Just a miscommunication, which then spiraled, and it's the spiral that creates the drama. And that's where the sort of crux of the drama lies. And this is not, like, a positive thing at all in any real way. It's a shame that this happened, because, like I say, I like both individuals. I like both creators, and I think I hope they're able to patch up their relationship at some point, but I would suspect not. But we'll see. Who knows? Anyway, but you know, it's a shit show, and that can be kind of entertaining in its own way, albeit that it's a shame that it had to happen. Look, I prefer shit shows between two people I don't like. That's just endless fun. But that's not the world we live in, unfortunately. So we'll take a look in a second. Right. Let's do this. Right, so we're going to take a look at DemonMama's video. By the way, go and subscribe to DemonMama. And subscribe to Riley. They're both awesome people in their own ways. Although I will say, I don't think Riley comes out of this looking particularly great. Actually, DemonMama neither look particularly superb at this point. But even so, I think they're both very worthwhile trans creators, and we should support those people. So go and subscribe to them both. They're awesome. We're going to take a look at DemonMama's video here called DemonMama Expose, How Riley Grace Roshong and Destiny Destroyed a Community. Yes, unfortunately, Destiny, the manlet creator on Twitch, and a bit on YouTube, isn't he? Got involved in this, as he is wont to do, and he's a prick. Anyway, He's a really poisonous little dwarf at times. Yeah. Not that he's by any means like an evil person or anything. He's just... he's a bit... yeah. Sophia, thank you for the $1. Again, you can give me money on Streamlabs if you want to. Help me keep creating this nonsense, whatever this show is. Streamlabs.com/KFLogan1875. And I will read out your message. Unless it's something hideous, in which case I'll still take your money, because fuck you, but I won't read your thing. Anyway, Sophia says, if you ever talk to Riley again, point her in my direction. Oh, okay, yeah. No problem. I don't know, like, I don't think she's probably in the mood to be talking to virtually anyone right now. But when she's back in business, and assuming that this stream doesn't get her to block me or whatever, which might be a thing, I don't know, then I will, yes. No problems. Anyway, so yeah, let's take a look at DemonMama's video. She explains in a bit more detail, and from her perspective. I would show you Riley's perspective on this, but she hasn't put out a video about it, so that's just the way it is.
Hello everyone, my name is DemonMama. I'm a political edutainer and streamer here on YouTube.
Firstly, edutainer. Is that a thing we're doing now? Is that a word that's now a thing that I have to remember?
A wonderful, warm community of people devoted to helping one another grow and thrive. I'm a non-binary trans woman who uses she, her pronouns. Recently, as the result of a conflict with another content creator and streamer by the name of Riley Grace Roshong, some pretty major claims have been circling around about me. The claims are, succinctly, as follows. The first claim is that I am an immoral person.
Yeah, I know she put out a thing talking to Lumiru, but firstly, that's referenced in this. That happened at the end of the this stream, so it's sort of part of it. But also, it's like 2 hours long. I'm not fucking showing a 2-hour thing. Anyway.
For irresponsibly pushing a bad argument for gender self-identification. The second claim is that I am irresponsible in general with my platform as a public trans person and should be deplatformed. The third claim is that I am a bad faith interlocutor who abuses other people and deliberately uses manipulative tactics to harm others. I disagree strongly with all of these claims being made about me, and in this video, I will provide evidence and context that will reveal how grossly irresponsible and uncharitable and dishonest these claims are. Part 1, History and Context, the debate with Riley Grace Roshong.
Is it Roshong, or is that just an American pronunciation? I don't know.
Riley and I have been friendly colleagues for some time, and our robust Discord communities have been partnered for about 2 months until Riley broke off this partnership without communication on Monday, February 15th, following a debate that broke out on our channels.
Yes, and I'm a member of Riley's Discord, and I wasn't aware that it had been shut down for a couple of days, but she did actually shut down her channel, not to like delete it, but just to wait for the sort of dust to settle and then come back a couple of days later. And she put out like a post on the announcements page about it. And she's now looking to rebrand the community, which is a bit odd. It's a bit odd. I'll get into that more when it gets sort of mentioned. Well, does it get mentioned? I'm not sure if it does. A lot of Riley's mods left and stuff over this, and considering she's sort of, I don't know, I thought she was far too friendly with Destiny on that stream. I don't know if they're reassessing where they are, either politically or socially or whatever, but that doesn't bode well from my experience. Yes.
Originally, Riley had come by for a joke meme conversation about furries and about Godzilla versus King Kong. As you can tell, this was a lighthearted, fun conversation with no real stakes, which was not included in Riley's uploaded video. At some point, we mutually grew bored of this conversation and began discussing other things, including various chit-chat about online streaming, being trans, etc. A minor disagreement with another creator was brought up casually, and from this, a secondary topic arose.
But also doesn't include people who we don't want to include, right? We probably don't want to say that, like, and this is also my take, and this is probably my spiciest trans take, but I think I'm pretty pilled on this or whatever.
All right, sure.
I don't think that we can just say anyone who identifies as trans is trans.
From here on out, the conversation was incredibly personal.
You see what I mean? That does sound turfy, kind of, or a little bit weird. But like I say, that's a clip sort of out of context or whatever, but it's, yeah. It's not anywhere near as bad from Riley's perspective as that clip would make it sound. But there you go.
Personal and intense. And I was doing my absolute best to de-escalate and communicate my desire to no longer participate in the conversation. While I recognize that I could have forcefully ended the call after my requests to halt the topic were ignored, I considered Riley trustworthy and a friend, and I did not feel comfortable kicking her from my Discord in order to end a conversation on my show. My show is my job. Ending a conversation abruptly could also mean ending the show, and it would leave many viewers unsatisfied, frustrated, and with misunderstandings in their minds. I have never before had a caller, colleague, or a friend push me to continue discussing a topic after repeated requests to move from it. Predictably, the conversation became increasingly intense. Riley was raising her voice, talking over me.
To the person in the chat, is there anything more irrelevant than this? Suck my dick? Like, you don't have to be here, my man. You can fuck off.
And repeatedly used terms like, I need you to answer this question. I'm going to need you to just answer this one question. Just answer this one question. For multiple different questions. This gave me the direct impression that I would be severely judged or impugned if I did not answer. At one point, the shouting got so intense that I threatened to mute, not kick, Riley, and I temporarily carried through with that in order to express my discomfort with the discussion once again. As the conversation went on, there were mutual misunderstandings and miscommunications, which are the natural result of complicated discussions on highly personal topics. And for minor disagreements or slights, I do not impugn Riley or anyone for that matter. I myself became defensive at times and certainly had some misunderstandings of my own.
And this is where we get into Kev's wise old man lessons for the day. Defensiveness. As a person who's been in drama, obviously, if you're on the internet and you're putting out opinions and videos and stuff, and generally just putting out content, even if it's like some bullshit like makeup, and when I say, I don't mean bullshit as in there's something lesser or unworthy about doing makeup tutorials, but I mean in terms of opinions, right? You're not giving an opinion about like a political topic or a contentious religious issue, you're doing makeup. But there's makeup tutorial drama, there's unboxing community drama, there's drama. People are bitchy little fuckers. They will always find ways of being little cliques, little groups. There's always some shit stirrers. There's all of that. There's the panoply of dickheadishness exists, and the internet brings that to life in a very, very brutal way. Anyway, so everyone's been involved in drama. I've been involved in drama. It's very easy to become incredibly defensive, especially when someone's coming at you. When someone's doing either the thing that Riley was doing, like answer this question, when you don't want to, you feel like you've been put on the spot, or when someone's directly attacking you, saying, you know, shitty things about you, it can make you want to double down and triple down and quadruple down on your nonsense. And that's really fucking bad, especially when it's coming from within inside your own community. If people who like you are saying, that's not cool, again, it's easy to become defensive, especially when you've got people outside of your community attacking you from the outside. You feel like, oh, I'm being betrayed by people I like, and it can become like a kind of self-reinforcing victimization thing where you just double down and double down and double down. And that's when you become a crazy out there piece of shit, like, say, someone like Peter Coffin, for instance, would be a prime example of someone like that. And so you, the thing you want to try and do is avoid that at all costs, okay? What you want to do is try and listen to those who are around you who you like, who you've generally been in agreement with and stuff. Because defensiveness just begets defensiveness, and it just builds and builds and builds until what was a tiny, very, very, very low level thing, even just a silly joke that someone misinterpreted, that could have been sorted out like that, becomes this great big community dividing fucking big massive thing, and it's so stupid and so counterproductive. It's just infuriating to see the amount of time that good people pour into this kind of bullshit, and I consider this stream very much a part of that. Into just silly back and forth pettiness that could have been sorted out much easier at that very low level, but then gets to the point where it's basically it's become too far, and the sides have become too entrenched to ever get past it, and that sucks. That really fucking sucks, because I like both of these people, and I hope this doesn't become like a big dividing thing in the trans YouTube community or whatever, because that would be shit. But there we go. Anyway, John says, "Oi Kev, what about a Starship Troopers Twitch Tuesday? In case you didn't see my previous bit question. Thanks for asking, mate." Oh, you did say that. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you said do a Starship Troopers party on Twitch. Sorry, yeah, I missed that. Yeah, maybe that's actually not a bad film. And we could explain how look, it's about fascism being shit. Anyway. Yes, sorry. So yeah, don't do defensive. Defensive, not good. As someone who's been there, it's easy to fall into it, but you must fight the urge.
However, this conversation did not stop at minor misunderstandings or miscommunications. At multiple points in the conversation, Riley implied heavily that I was being irresponsible with my platform as a public trans person.
No, I am getting frustrated because you're a public figure, and if you make a bad argument, other people adopt your bad argument, then you are going to
So
lead
you
them
are making the. This is why I said. So I was correct in saying that you're making the Destiny argument.
What do you mean I'm making the Destiny argument?
You're actually saying
you make an
a
argument
public figure. Well, guess what? Right now, you are being cringe, and as a representative, a public figure, as a representative and a public figure.
I love that you've become cringe is like the new mic drop. Fuck you. Because it's such a silly little phrase, but we all know what that's come to mean. You're being cringe. Basically means you're a dickhead. You're being a dickhead. Anyway. But it's just silly, because the word cringe never used to be that. But anyway, that's what language does, isn't it?
Who is representing trans people, by your own argument, your cringiness right now.
Wait, hold on, wait. How am I being cringe? By pointing out how you are being clearly logically inconsistent? How the fuck is that being cringe? I'm looking out for people to make sure that they don't make dumb fuck arguments and lead themselves into bad situations that you would lead them into. People make more arguments.
Riley, this is exactly why. No, stop this.
I'm harming people when you are literally harming people and impugning me morally.
Riley, holy God.
To be fair, screaming like that is pretty cringe. It is pretty cringe, to be fair. I can't say about the argument before that, because whatever, but yeah. Once it gets to the point of screaming like that, Again, it's best just to leave it. Once it gets to that level, that's not a productive conversation. That needs to end. Everyone needs to go away, breathe, calm down, let a couple of days pass, get back together, have a conversation in private, hash that shit out in private. But that's not what happened.
This, to me, is a rather severe accusation that fixates on my identity in a way that I was not and am not comfortable with. I expressed discomfort with this throughout the conversation, which was ignored. In my genuine attempt to engage in good faith, I was willing to open up about a severely traumatic experience I had during the process of my gender transition. This was harshly questioned and was later, as I will show, used against me in a way that is nothing short of cruel and offensive. Towards the end of the discussion...
Oh, that was a weird noise. What was that weird noise? John Grimbos has gifted a tier 1 sub to Bunny in the Box. Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for giving me money, but also Bunny in the Box, say thank you. Say thank you to John. Say thank you, you bitch. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, thanks for that. That's fucking awesome. Bunny in the Box, good Blues fan. Birmingham City, we scored a goal and we won a game, which... Like, I thought that was... I thought that maybe that had been outlawed. Like, maybe the government had passed legislation to prevent that from happening. It hadn't happened in so fucking long, but... What a crazy world we live in. 2021. You cheeky minx.
Discussion. I was feeling very hurt, but was still attempting to engage in good faith. At this point, I said that I felt like this conversation had become...
Trans issues are given too much airtime, in my opinion. Again, Rooster, eat my ass.
An attempt to justify the existence of trans people via logic, but that trans people should not have to justify themselves in the marketplace of ideas. This statement was meant to be an olive branch, but appears to have been misinterpreted very negatively, and Riley, following this, swore at me and left the call. While I do not believe that what I said was particularly out of line, I realize how, in the moment, it was not as clear as it could have been. Nonetheless, my imperfect communication here does not justify what has followed in the days since.
Sorry, not to talk over what DemonMama was doing here, but Tony, aren't you a Liverpool fan? You don't get to be like, that's us this year. We're only going to qualify for the Champions League. Like, no, motherfucker, you have not felt my pain. But also, the thing DemonMama was saying is much more serious. So,
the debate. After she left the call, I was extremely frustrated and distressed, and one of my lead mods advised me to end stream and cool off because it was clear that I was hurting. I agreed, and I ended the stream. Concurrently, Riley continued streaming, where she became embroiled in a debate with members of her own community, including her admin team and her moderators. During this conflict, she banned me from her Discord, which I have been a member of for over half a year.
See, that's the dumb thing, right? Not only did they not break off the conversation when it was obviously getting heated, but there was then this thing where afterward, Riley sort of had a Discord meltdown thing. Like, that's not productive. That's the defensiveness getting involved again. That's the problem there, the defensiveness. Once it gets a hold of you, it's a bastard. Anyway. But again, I don't think Riley's like an evil person for that. That's, like I say, a thing that I think every creator has fallen foul of multiple times. It's very, very tempting to just be like, no, I was absolutely right. Fuck you. But there we go.
Blocked me on social media, and deleted the Discord partnership, which my Discord team and her Discord team have both worked on extensively. From the moment the debate ended, there was a loose consensus in the leadership of both of our communities that this had not been productive and should not become the topic of further stream or YouTube content. I agreed with my team's assessment, especially because so many deeply personal issues had come up during the debate, and we took action to unlist and unlink the video of the debate immediately. The video of the debate has remained unlisted and unlinked until now, at which point it has become necessary for the record to be set straight. There is a link to the full debate down below, including the content that was removed by Riley. Riley, prompted similar...
Yeah, that's not cool to edit bits out. If you're going to put the VOD up, which, I mean, once it starts being screamy like that, just take it down, really, would be the best thing for it. But if you're going to be, if you're going to leave the VOD up, you can't edit bits out. That's shoddy behaviour. That's not cool.
Similarly by her team,
unless there's like legal reasons for that, which I don't think there would be, given that it's just shouty. I don't think she like threatened to murder anyone or anything like. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not cool.
Her editor was unwilling to commit to unlisting the video, and the conflict with her team continued. At the time, unbeknownst to me, into the next day, Tuesday, the 16th of February.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. Look, DemonMama's presenting herself. Oh, hello, Olake, by the way. Go and subscribe to Olake. They do good content, too. If you like my shit, you'll probably like their shit. Anyway. Yeah, there's no doubt DemonMama's, like, presenting herself in the best possible light, which is understandable. It's her video. Whether you want to say misrepresenting... that's debatable. I don't know. But she was definitely patronising. I think there's no doubt about that. But again, that's the defensiveness. That's the defensiveness that gets seeps into your fucking soul. But you know, yeah, it's. And the thing is, DemonMama was really good at like when she's debating fascists, putting them down. So I think you get used to that kind of. You get used to falling back on tactics that you know work and that you're good at. You find your own rhythm, and so when DemonMama starts becoming defensive in that situation, the kind of patronising element of what she does to fascists would start to come to the fore, because it's like it's not only is it an effective method that she's found, obviously, but it's quite comforting as like a defense mechanism as well. So I think that's what that is, but whatever. And you're right, Olake, I am great.
Part 2. The death of a community. Since the day...
That's a bit much. That's a little bit much. That's why, like, drama's so annoying, because people get a bit over the top with it. Like, the death of a community. Destroyed a community. Like, stop now. Stop.
Day of the debate, nearly every member of Riley Grace Roshong's admin and moderation teams has resigned publicly. As of the writing of this script, I have been informed that only 6 members of that team remain. I now know that over the course of Tuesday the 16th, the admin and moderation teams, which includes multiple of Riley's personal friends, attempted to dissuade her from posting the video to YouTube as a mainline video. These requests were not respected, and despite protest from her own editor, Riley decided to proceed with posting her own edited version of the video.
Oh, yeah, super stressed. Oh, who needs to be stressed? I just got home from my externship in Annapolis while multiple friends of mine left the server. And also, I had class while I was learning that Destiny was looking at a debate that I had yesterday that's been destroying my community. Yeah, no, it's been great.
Riley's personal edit.
Yeah, that's defensiveness as passive aggression. Not cool. I don't like to see Riley looking down like that. That sucks.
Of the video contained a portion of an out-of-context casual conversation about my disagreements with a prominent member of another large streamer's community. Riley has since admitted on her own stream to including this section intentionally, as she now agrees with this member's assessment that I am too crazy to interact with. In the following clip, Riley is disagreeing live on air with her own editor, who confronts her about this.
You're not gonna even fucking listen to us.
No, You're listening to you. I'm willing to listen to people
your
if there's a
community
point,
fucking die. It feels like it's burning to the ground, and I hate it.
No, I'm not going. Like, I'm going to listen to you. Like, what do you think I'm doing right now? I'm literally listening to you. We are talking right now. I'm listening to you. Okay.
If you had listened to us at the right time, you wouldn't have that video up. You wouldn't have fucking Destiny here dropping the R word, dropping the T slur.
Okay, listen. You're able to.
Following the launch of the video.
Yeah, running to Destiny about this is, again, to use the aforementioned word, a bit cringe. That's not cool. Destiny's not the worst person in the world or anything like that, right? Obviously not. And I don't think they're necessarily always incredibly shitty towards trans issues. I think they've been a reasonable force for speaking up for trans rights in like debates with fascists and stuff. I think that's worth taking note. But he does use the T slur. He does use the R slur. He drops N-bombs on occasion. Like, he's pretty cringe. Pretty fucking cringe. And so going to that person for like, I don't know that they would, for a shoulder to cry on, that's a bit much. But for like backup or whatever, that doesn't look great. That really doesn't look great. And then, like I say, you ally that to the fact that they're now looking to what was the phrase they used on their Discord? Oh fuck! I'll get it up. Assuming I haven't been banned yet, I don't even know. Where are we? Discord. Apologies. I won't show it on screen or anything. That wouldn't be cool. But where are we? I'm take a look. Respond to this tweet. Rebrand is the word. Riley said she wanted to rebrand the Discord server, her Discord server. That again, I've seen too many good people go down bad lines with like, I don't want to say it's like an alt-right pipeline or anything like that, because I don't think Riley's ever going to be fucking alt-right. That'd be ridiculous. But I think it's possible that you can be led down bad paths by bad actors, and I think Destiny's a self-interested, very libertarian in that respect, a kind of self-interested guy who wants the drama. He just wants to do fucking drama on his channel. He doesn't give a shit, right? And I think a lot of Destiny's fans, who are some of the most toxic scum on the internet, frankly, again, not because Destiny's necessarily that way, but the people who just enjoy the drama completely are attracted to that kind of community. And those people have sort of seemingly infested Riley's community to some extent. And by the way, if Destiny's people have infested that Discord, expect far more conversations about the rights and wrongs of pederasty. That's a thing that happens in Destiny's community rather too often. Anyway, but yeah, you can be led down that path because you're given kind of positive reinforcement by these fucking trolly gobshites from Destiny's community, and that's unfortunately, yeah, the debate bro pipeline. That's the kind of terminology I'm looking for there. Anyway, and you can be led down that sort of dude bro pipeline by positive reinforcement from Destiny's community of pricks, who will, by the way, throw you completely under the bus when it becomes necessary to do so. They don't give a fuck. They're not interested in trans rights particularly. I don't think they're necessarily actively transphobic or anything, although many of them will be. But I don't think as a group they necessarily are. They just don't care. They're not interested in the politics of it. They're interested in just the drama and filling their otherwise hollow lives with content. And that's kind of sad and pathetic in many respects. No, I'm not trying to soft pedal anything. I'm criticism of Destiny. Destiny's a prick, right? The point being is that I think it's worth putting in the nuance that I don't think Destiny is like horrifically transphobic. I think he uses language that's phenomenally problematic. I think he's a douche, but I don't think he hates trans people. I don't think he wants trans people to be lesser in terms of rights or anything like that. It's nuance. Rather than soft pedaling, it's nuance, is what I will say.
Riley was invited by the streamer Destiny to appear on his show to discuss her debate with me. The tone and rationality in Destiny's previous engagements with me speak for themselves.
Dude, I felt myself becoming misogynistic just listening to her argue with this girl. I was turning into an incel in real time. Every time she spoke another sentence, I had to kick Mel another 2 feet away from me because I hated women that much more. She's bad enough that when I haven't posted my first video yet with her because I want her to die and fade into obscurity on the internet and never come back. That's how horrible I think.
I don't want to give any more attention to DemonMama. The Scrub King, if you want to go argue with her, you'll give yours. That's fine. I, honest to God, I think she's a worthless piece of shit that nobody should listen to. She actively harms the trans community. She actively harms any SJW, left-leaning social causes. She actively harms women. She actively harms discourse on Twitch.
The fuck is wrong with you, Destiny? DemonMama's a really decent person for the most part. I can't. She's not perfect. No one's fucking perfect. But she's a worthless piece of shit. This is what I mean about the combativeness. He's said markedly worse things about virtually everyone who's ever disagreed with him than DemonMama ever has. But DemonMama will be she's combative, she's too assertive, blah blah blah. Whereas Destiny's just fuck you, she's a worthless piece of shit, I hope she dies. Fucking garbage, man. What's the world coming to? Anyway, it's nonsense.
She actively harms any community she would ever try to advocate for or speak on behalf of. She is an incredibly damaging, disgusting, vitriolic, harmful figure to any of these causes on Twitch. I don't really want to showcase that. If I'm ever bringing them on here, it's literally just to make fun of them because fuck that person.
That's Destiny's fantastically nuanced take on the situation. Thanks, D-Bomb.
As you can see, Destiny has been very explicit about his desire to no longer see me with a platform. It naturally follows that his fan base has repeated these claims extensively.
And that's actually the problem. It's stochastic cancelling. Is that a thing? I've just invented a phrase. Stochastic cancelling. I don't think Destiny would want DemonMama to be literally deplatformed. I don't think that's something he would necessarily advocate for. But by saying, I hope she's taken down, or I hope she dies in an internet sense. I don't think he literally meant I hope the human being ceases to exist. He's giving a wink wink nudge nudge to his scummy fan base to go after them or something, or at least he's giving clear line of sight for that. It's pretty scummy behaviour. And it's pretty interesting that it's being targeted at a trans person as well, which is not cool.
And fabricated their own dishonest claims to match. Numerous prominent members of his community have called explicitly for my deplatforming. Here are some examples. Needless to say, many members of Riley's community were not comfortable with involving Destiny in a situation that they had already protested to. When the potentiality of a Destiny appearance was made public, the admin and moderation teams largely threatened to resign. They correctly feared an unmanageable influx of external, potentially abusive users to the server and unfriendly eyes on the situation. Riley did not respect their concerns, and many resigned on the spot, including founding members of the server. Since then, a number of slanderous claims have been made.
And that's, by the way, before we get to the slanderous claims, this is what I meant earlier about, if people in your own community, people who are not just generally kind of friendly, but if they're your own mods, people who are giving their time and energy freely to your community and to you as a person, because it's called, it's Riley's Discord server, it's directly linked to her, she's the head honcho or whatever, right? If they're saying fuck this noise, this is really bad, you need to listen to that shit. You really do need to listen to that, defensiveness or not. That needs to you need to chill the fuck out. And that's ultimately the big takeaway is, when you get that heated, nothing good can come of it. It's best to just break off conversation at that point, let it cool down and come back to it later. Again, in private, not in public, because again, that's not good for anyone. Yes, thank you to Quibbles Over Coffee and Greg's One, or possibly Greg Sone, who've both followed me on Twitch, which you can do also at twitch.tv/KFLogan1875. It's linked below.
Against those admins. Seemingly, in the name of further disparaging me, both Riley and Destiny were willing to put the most loyal and highly invested members of the RGR community in the crosshairs of online anger and hate. In the name of correcting the record, I will now read and display a few of these public resignations, which have been provided to me.
I listen to my mods. But again, to channel my inner Brian Clough, I listen to my mods. We have a conversation about the rights and wrongs of the situation, and we decide that I was right.
By the admins themselves. In my mind, and this is just me speaking what I'm feeling since this seems to be the venue, I don't care about the conversation with DemonMama. I don't care whether you, Riley, were right or wrong in your argument. And whether you were or not is irrelevant. What I care about is your effect on the community. After you got off stream with DemonMama, you took out your justified frustrations at a conversation that turned sideways on your own community. Then, when given constructive criticism on that particular stream, you ignored everyone and did something that will cause even more harm within this community. You often say that you don't want a sycophantic relation.
I do actually have a Discord, although it doesn't get used, but I meant more specifically my mods in YouTube chat. And Twitch chat. I haven't forgotten about my Twitchy poos. It's all good. Anyway.
Relationship, that you are open to criticism, that you welcome it. All of your actions in the past 24 hours has shown the opposite. I personally do not feel comfortable modding for this community if the past 48 hours is an indication of the future of this Discord. I do care for you, Riley. I hope that you can understand I wouldn't be typing out this message or wouldn't have put in the time and effort that I have in this community if I didn't. This community is important. I think the original mission statement of solidarity and learning is an admirable one, and I hope that continues. Unfortunately, I have a performance career and an activist life to think of, and in the area that I live in, being even tangentially related to somebody like Destiny would harm my future opportunities. I want you to understand that the actions you take have an effect on us and our lives outside of just this Discord. I'm relinquishing my modhood and will be leaving the community. I hope all the friends I've made here understand and know that I cherish them. I want everyone to know that as mods of the RGR community, our primary concerns were for the community that had been cultivated through the collective love, care, and labor of the people that made up the Discord. I personally, as a mod, left because of two reasons. One being that I have a reputation outside of that community, being tangentially connected to controversial personalities would show poorly on me and my decision-making. And two, I knew that if Destiny and his community got involved, it would make the inclusive, loving, and accepting community largely inaccessible to those who needed this community. This was not a group of mods going rogue or a community turning on their content creator because of a half-baked take. It was a community-staged walkout. We, as people who were regarded and treated as Riley's friends, tried to draw boundaries, which is a completely healthy thing to do, and at every step, Riley crossed each boundary we tried to place. I personally take no joy in this. It has had effects on me emotionally, physically, and medically. None of us wanted this to happen. We have had our community hollowed out from the wonderful place it was and replaced with a DGG proxy server. And that
yeah, if it's DGG again, get used to more. Well, I'm sure children can consent. Conversations.
That is incredibly sad.
A lot
That's
of
what all this
pederasts
is.
in that community.
Sad. End of statement.
Or at least people who do the libertarian thought experiments which lead down paths which end up with like, is fascism that bad? Or, you know, kids, well, they can probably decide for themselves. Maybe they should be allowed to go down coal mines.
Riley, please take down the video. Reconsider what you are doing. Riley, you have spoken extensively in the past about wanting to keep healthy relationships with those around you and not burning bridges, even when there are disagreements. What you are doing right now is not only ruining your friendship with DemonMama, it's ostracizing her community and your own. I am scared. Please listen to us. I hate to draw comparisons like this, but you have been more charitable to people such as Destiny and Calvin Gara, actors who have done demonstrable harm to people in our community.
Yeah, Calvin Gara isn't a person that I didn't know before all of this, but they're a very gatekeepy person, whatever. Yeah. So, to Joe Arnold, you're right, mods are cops and ACAB, and that's why I just modded you. Oh!
I want to make clear what my contention is here. It's not that Riley disagreed with DemonMama on the concept of gender identity, nor that she felt the need to defend her position. My problem has been with the way this whole situation has been handled since then. Riley has been hurting, I know that. She is seeking a way to express that pain and resolve her frustrations. The problem is that others are hurting too. She banned people, including a content creator, someone mere hours before she had been having a meme debate with, in a moment of anger and frustration and exhaustion. In the face of everyone saying this is a bad idea and not to do it, Riley has gone ahead and posted a video that will do nothing but cause more harm for all involved. I have more to say on this, but being on mobile is making me type slow and it is difficult to see what I am saying.
Americans, why do you pronounce it mobile when it's clearly mobile? I would even accept mobile, but that would still be wrong.
I hate that I have to be the one to say this. I hate that I waited until after the video was posted to speak up. You need to do the right thing here, Riley. I hate to act like a parent here, but you need to take down this video. Too much damage is being done here. You need to talk to DemonMama privately, ideally, and apologize for the way things went. You don't need to say you were wrong for having ideological differences, but you do need to show that you are the person you claim to be, the one who wants to build bridges, not burn them. I know you might not notice, but the community is hurting. No one here is comfortable right now. Riley, you are burning this server to the ground in some self-centered notion to protect yourself from an enemy that is insignificant. The harm you are doing substantially outweighs any defense that you have made. Congratulations.
That's a perfect summation of the outcome of the over-defensiveness. Yes, I know Mobile. I said Mobile, Alabama. Shush. Now, if you've become regular enough that I realise that, like, a regular name, I'll just fucking mod you to make sure there are some people here. So when we get fascists raiding, there's at least some people here who can deal with it. Anyway, sorry, right. This stanza, the first one here, is a perfect summation of where the over defensiveness gets you. You can end up burning down bridges that you don't need to. I think we've all been there.
You are losing your friends, mods, and admins over this. You are losing the core of your community. The streams that followed Riley's appearance on Destiny's show represent, without a doubt, the most spiteful, dishonest, and cruel treatment I have ever received publicly in my life. Throughout the course of Wednesday, the 17th of February, both Riley and Destiny streamed about me for most of the day. Both of them pushed blatant misrepresentations of my positions, my arguments, and my personality, in addition to openly and
yeah, sorry, when the black screen, when it goes black, I'm checking the thing to see the, I'm checking the, was it the YouTube dashboard to see that it's still, like, going, and all of that, which I like to do regularly. But it doesn't really matter, because it's mainly the audio you need anyway. Like, whatever. Does it really matter? Probably. I don't know.
Publicly speculating on my mental state, the validity of my transition, and the worth of my work to thousands of viewers. All...
Yeah, that's really shitty. Don't, like, a lot of the criticism I've seen of DemonMama has been enormously transphobic. To question a person's transition just on the basis that you disagree with, like, an opinion, or that you disagree with a person's conduct, it's horrible. Don't fucking do that. What kind of prick would fucking act in that way? Oh yeah, a Destiny stan.
While Riley's community was collapsing. Riley repeatedly insulted her own community during the stream, and looked past Destiny mocking not only her former community, but also trans rights activists in general, framing me as a representative of the most insane type of activist, leaning on stereotypes popularized by the anti-SJW movement and Gamergate. Content warning ahead for this clip.
And then you also have to keep in mind, you go to, are you in law school now?
Oh yeah, no, I'm in law
Yeah, slurs, people.
school.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, I'm very busy.
I'm pretty sure, I could be totally wrong, guys. Maybe you live in San Francisco, but I'm pretty sure that you know that like the level of where trans discourse is on the internet is also so far removed from like where people in the real world are too, that it's also like really crazy. Like there are people in the real world, you might casually hear people still say things like she-male and tranny. Like they don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Hold on, did I miss it? I love it. Let Destiny say the T slur just like that. Wait, hold on, did you? I didn't hear that.
Some people say tranny or she-male in real life. Should I say T slur? I don't know if I refer, sorry. Oh.
Okay, yeah, no, people are saying don't say. I mean, like I've said it once or twice.
T slur.
See, that's... again, that's where it makes me think, like, is Riley rebranding now? Is that a thing that's happening? Because, like, why would you be okay with that? Or be like... Am I reading too much into that, chat? The fact that she didn't really push back on him using the T-slur rather than saying T-slur. Is that bad? I don't know. That seems kind of shitty, but whatever.
It should be noted that Riley did not provide pushback to this claim, nor the implications in the claim, much to the ire of her own community. She also did not provide pushback to Destiny downplaying his previous calls to deplatform me and his wishes for me to die.
Listen, I might have said I wanted to die, okay? Fuck DemonMama. But it has something to do with her being trans.
First video yet with her?
But we'll see what we said.
Because I want her to die and fade into obscurity on the internet and never come back. Like, that's how horrible I think this person is. Because it's not just somebody that's like bad.
Oh, fuck. I'm literally talking about her internet career. I want her to die on the internet, but then I added like a fucking injunctive or whatever. I want her to die and fade into obscurity on the internet. I'm literally talking about her internet career. I'm not saying die in real life. Although, you know what? Even if I did say that,
My first video.
I don't know if I'd say the same about like fucking Nick Fuentes or whatever. Like, fuck it, dude. But like...
Yet with her? Because I want her to die and fade into obscurity on the internet and never come back. Like, that's how horrible I think this person is. Because it's not just somebody that's like...
I'm literally talking about their internet career, right? Like, I want their Twitch stream to die. I want their YouTube to die. Like, but I would never want a human being to die, okay? In a video game, off a video game. Or I would want them to die in a video game, but not in real life, okay?
Good save, bro. Sophia comes back. Thank you for the $1 with... Riley, in the recent past, has had friendly chats with turfy trans people who've abused me in the past on Twitter. Yeah, that's shitty. I know they were, like, friendly with Calvin Garra and some other bods. It's very unfortunate.
Perhaps the most disgusting and personally upsetting portion of all of this was having both Destiny and Riley speculate as to whether I had thought about gender enough in order to transition.
This sounds super shitty of me to say, but it's surprising that somebody wouldn't have reflected on this before. Before making like decisions to transition. These seem like incredibly important and personal aspects of your identity. It seems strange that you would have never heavily considered your identity prior to like making a big effort to change it. I can't tell if DemonMama just maybe legitimately just hasn't thought about it before. It's entirely possible because we call on trans people or gay people or anybody outside of the norm. We're kind of expecting them to be more reflective on their identity than like a default character in society. So that's kind of true. But it seems strange to me that somebody wouldn't have considered this before. That seems interesting.
Yes.
What I'm getting is I can't tell if she's trying to think of like what the answer really is, or if she's trying to think of the answer she should give to win the debate. Because it seems odd to me that somebody wouldn't consider like, have I, you know, if you're going to be trans, like, well, have I been a man? Am I lying to myself about being a man? Like that seems like an internal like struggle that you would have already gone through.
Throughout the day of
yeah, that sucks. Riley shouldn't just have said yeah to that. Like you need to push back on that. That's not fucking cool.
Streaming, Destiny and Riley would go on to appear on one another's shows repeatedly to accuse me of various unsubstantiated allegations, from being bad faith to being a harmful abuser who is bad for the trans community. No evidence is ever provided for these claims outside of their personal opinions. Riley also alleged that I was an immoral and irresponsible public trans person during this stream.
reason I put up the video was to make sure that if anyone wants to know why I banned DemonMama from my community, why I have a negative opinion of her, why I think she is a morally bad person and does morally bad things, that I can be able to point to that and say, that's why. And you can draw your own opinions. You can agree with me, you can not agree with me, but you can go there and make your own determination.
Again, both streamers streamed about me for hours, and it should be noted that while Destiny asked Riley's permission to go over the video Riley posted, he never even tried to get mine. And until the video you are watching now, I have not publicly addressed the situation outside of one statement on a canceled stream, the purpose of which was simply to communicate to my audience why I was canceling the stream. Riley has, without any provocation, struck out against me, my community, and her own community almost non-stop since the debate on Monday. The level of aggression, cruelty, and complete lack of basic human respect is frankly stunning. Part 3. Setting the record straight.
Yeah, Riley does not come out of this looking good. Let's just be perfectly clear on that one point. She does not look good on this. This is very, very shoddy behaviour, let's say. I'm not cancelling her. I don't think she's like irredeemable. I think she's just gotten into like a spiral of of defensiveness first and foremost, and then the positive reinforcement from Destiny and his community. It's just shitty, and she's been kind of sucked down that debate bro pipeline, which is fucky, but there we go. Thank you to Arian McFadden, $5. Thank you very much. Can you do a vid on Blair White? As an independent, I disagree with a lot and agree with a lot on what she says, especially after her change of views. Curious what you have to say. Cheers. Well, thank you very much, Arian. You agree a lot with what she has to say, with what Blair White has to say. How did she change her view exactly? What have I missed? Did she do a thing that I've missed? Because last time I checked, she was still doing the I'm more trans than you, fuck you, I'm one of the good transes type situation. Have I missed something? Has she had a road to Damascus moment? I doubt it, but you know. And thank you to Lifelong Learner, followed on Twitch.
Claims and refutations. Now that I have made clear the context, history, and events of the previous week, I will take some time to address the spurious, hyperbolic, and outright dishonest claims made about me. The first of these is the claim that I am an immoral and irresponsible person for pushing a so-called bad argument for the validity of gender self-identification. Gender, identity, and consciousness are some of the most complex, nebulous, and difficult to understand concepts any human will ever grapple with. And they have been hotly disputed topics by philosophers and scientists even to this day. Even if you believe I did not perfectly communicate my ideas on gender, no communicator is perfect, and I agree, I did not perfectly communicate.
I am perfect. I just want to put that out there. I am a perfect communicator. Beep, boop, beep. I am a robot man.
Communicate everything. I do not believe it is reasonable to conclude my messaging is irresponsible or immoral. Nonetheless, the claimed imperfection of my argument has been used since Monday as the pivotal point in justifying a campaign of hatred and disinformation about me. Tens of thousands of viewers across both Riley and Destiny's platforms have been told that I am bad for the trans community, that I am harmful, and that I am immoral. In another video, I will summarize and clarify.
I think it's very funny that Destiny and his community would accuse someone else of being immoral, considering he was like, you know what, you should go and gun down some rioters. It'd be fine if some rednecks just went and gunned down some rioters. Like, fuck you, man. You don't get to, like, suck Kyle Rittenhouse's dick and then be like, oh, these other people, they're immoral. Fuck you, man.
My views on the nature of gender, but the conclusion of my argument is that it is most ethical to accept and allow gender to be a matter of self-identification. A person who claims they are a woman can, in good faith, be accepted as a woman. A person who claims they are non-binary can, in good faith, be accepted as non-binary. Other models of gender, in my opinion, lead to senseless exclusions and significant complication of social interactions in a way that can hurt trans and cis people alike. Allowing people to identify as the gender of their choice is, in my opinion, the most sensible and ethical conclusion. For expressing this opinion, I was accused of being irresponsible with my messaging as a public trans person. I do not believe that this has been meaningfully substantiated, and the implication, in my opinion, is both offensive and potentially harmful. If the simple act of arguing imperfectly for a functional definition of gender is enough to be impugned for irresponsible messaging, I would argue that Riley herself does not meet her own standards for communication.
Oh, and thank you to Lifelong Learner for subscribing. They just followed, they instantly subscribed. That's the best kind of person in the world. Yeah, that's right. I'm calling out all of you other people who took time to do that. Oh, I'm only joking. I'm literally only joking. Any support you can give to the channel whatsoever, be it financial or otherwise, is enormously gratefully received. Isn't it, Rory Katz? His ears moved round when I said his name. He knows his fucking name. He just chooses not to. He chooses not to when I want him to do something. He's a little bitch.
The evidence of this is that her own community, as well as third parties covering this, have struggled for days to understand her argument, proving it is no more concise or clear than the one she decries me for. Here are some examples of Riley going back on her own arguments despite claiming no reasonable person could disagree with her.
I just wanted to say it instead of saying it in text because I think you're misinterpreting me. There was a point in time where you were talking about it on stream to people where you were saying, well, if you disagree with my argument, then you're not.
I just realised my hair's gone a bit Rod Blagojevich. That's not cool. Let's change that, shall we? There we go. Look at the volume on that.
One of the reasonable people, and you banned people because of it.
Oh yeah, no,
and
I don't.
So
yeah, no,
you're the one defining reasonable in that situation.
Yeah, I think in that situation it's pretty clear. I genuinely think that if I do everything I can to be able to explain something, and if I'm able to go back, yes, in that instance, I am making a judgment call myself for what reasonable is. Yes.
Right.
No,
Whereas in the legal documentation, the reason why it works is because it's judged by 12 of your peers.
Yeah.
Or 6.
Well,
or
I mean,
8
not.
or
I mean, generally, sure, that's how it works out practically. But in concept, it's supposed to be just if we were to construct a hypothetical person and then sample the entirety of a population for what that the average beliefs in that population, then the hypothetical person would represent those average beliefs.
So would you define Liz as a reasonable person?
Probably, yeah.
So Liz misunderstood your arguments in DemonMama's debate.
Okay, I don't know why. I think that in that respect, she was probably I would say in that respect, she was acting unreasonably. I'm not saying that she's a completely unreasonable person, but I genuinely do not know how I could have been clearer. Yeah. No, I mean, and that's kind of that maps onto my.
You could have explained, Riley, that you were talking about legal terminology rather than the general understanding of what a thing is, which I don't think you made clear at all.
Understand, because essentially, what you described, and I don't know, maybe I should just get away from this terminology. If it doesn't help me actually explain things about people, if it doesn't help me explain things to people better, then I won't use it. But I mean, that essentially maps onto my understanding of objectivity, right? Now, if that's not useful for these conversations, then I won't use it. But that's kind of
Joe, in the chat, you've been given a position in an unjustified hierarchy. Please exploit that for your own benefit. That's the point. That's why I did it. Don't pretend like you're still one of these plebs, these non-mod types. To go in early and go in hard. That's what she said. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, but you ban people. If dickheads come up, just ban them. Fuck them.
The way that I've explained these ideas that, like, broadly.
The second claim circulating at the moment is a broader claim about the irresponsible use of my platform as a trans person, with the conclusion that I should be deplatformed. I believe that this is even less substantiated than the first claim. Not only do I invest an incredible amount of time and thought to the content that I create, but I also do my best to remain accountable to my community, my peers, and my colleagues. While I may not always agree with every single criticism levied in my direction, there are countless examples of my willingness to engage in self-critique, public critique from peers, and critique from my viewers at large on my channel. However, none of this has been given any weight whatsoever or even recognized as existing by Riley or Destiny this week. Instead, it has been ignored in the name of framing me as an irrational, unaccountable, and irresponsible person.
Yeah, there's a certain amount of... I haven't even gone onto the other screen. It's just
anyone familiar with my...
There's a certain amount of sort of gaslighting, it seems. Not necessarily from Riley, but certainly from Destiny's community, of trying to make it seem like DemonMama's sort of crazy, and she's this irrational, crazy motherfucker, and trying to get her to, like, doubt her understanding of the world, and her own understanding of her own, like, gender and trans experience, which is really, really disgusting. Really fucking disgusting. Like, why would you... Well, I say, why would you do that? Destiny doesn't care, again, he just wants the drama. But it's really fucked up that you would try and mess with a trans person's head that way. Don't fucking do that.
My work in the least. The claims of my irresponsibility are obviously false, given how much time and effort I put into sourcing and informing my opinions. However, to the masses of Destiny's audience, who were primed by both Destiny and Riley to interpret my words with no charitability whatsoever, the substance and content of my work appears to be of no importance, especially with regard to their willingness to claim I am an irresponsible public trans person who should not have a platform to speak. Once again, I urge those who believe that I am somehow irresponsible to analyze my work critically and independently, because these claims could not be further from the truth. In addition, the idea that I should be deplatformed simply for disagreeing with Riley after she came on my show and started an argument with me, which I was not comfortable with, is simply outrageous. Finally, let me address the third claim, that I am a bad faith interlocutor who uses abuse tactics and manipulative language. These terms are all so vague as to be useless. Riley herself, at one point, made an entire video about how carelessly the term bad faith is tossed around. I would like to note that the core of these claims comes from Destiny, who, in his appearance on Riley's stream, accuses me of using tactics he himself admits to using on other people.
Have you ever heard of the concept of crazy making?
No, I've never heard of that.
Okay. So imagine that we're having, so some people are really good at appearing calm. I think I'm really good at appearing calm. And I think DemonMama is very good at appearing calm. The idea is that I needle and I poke you and I prod you and I piss you off until I've said things that are like genuinely hurtful and pretty insulting. And then when you start to get emotional, I sit there and I'm like, why are you so upset? What's wrong? Why are you like this?
Destiny and
Riley. Destiny does do that. He's a pretty sly individual.
Riley do not provide substantial evidence of my utilization of any such tactics. I find it very odd indeed that Destiny would attempt to prove that I was being manipulative by pointing out that he is dishonest and manipulative as a conscious tactic. This is an assumption of my intentions which he cannot know. He proceeds to coach Riley on how to use these manipulative tactics on others. We both do the little bit of interrupting here and there, a little bit of ranting here and there. We both do that. We're both a little performative in that way. But it was you who did accuse me of being...
I don't do performative shit.
That's a lie.
Given the history I have truthfully presented in this video...
That's obviously a lie. Destiny's just performative all the fucking time. God damn. What a bumperclot.
I think it stretches the imagination to claim that I was engaging in any sort of bad faith with Riley. In fact, given how open and vulnerable I was willing to be with her and how that was interrogated and disrespected, I would argue I engaged in better faith than even Riley herself. This is especially true when taken in the context of Riley's actions following our debate, which has been to ceaselessly pursue the impugning of my character and my reputation for days while I did not reciprocate whatsoever.
Now, I have to say, I follow both Riley and DemonMama, but I haven't really been following that aspect of it, I have to say. So I genuinely, pardon me, I genuinely don't know to what extent that's actually true. I know Riley has been attacked mercilessly. No, Riley, sorry. DemonMama has been attacked mercilessly by Destiny stands, and a little bit from some RGR people as well. But I don't know that Riley's necessarily done that. Now, that's not a defence. I genuinely don't know. So it could be true or it could not be true. Just putting that out there. Hello from Warsaw. Warsaw, down the road from me. Hello. Warsaw's nice. I like the little concrete hippo. It's a cool little thing. Anyway.
This unplanned debate, which I obviously contested to on the spot multiple times, which followed from fun, memey debates about frivolous topics, was neither pleasant nor constructive in my view. And since the debate happened, a simple analysis of my own actions and Riley's actions will reveal that only one of us intended to carry this issue beyond the night of the debate itself. Riley. Only one of us has monetized the fallout of this event, Riley, who on her 7-hour-plus Wednesday stream was showered in donations, comments, and thousands upon thousands of views from Destiny's community, which was openly promoting her in the chat throughout the day before using the Twitch raid feature to send 2.7 thousand Destiny chatters directly into her channel.
That's what I mean by like the positive reinforcement shtick. Like they get support, like you're raided her in her stream. And all of that, but you know. Never seen it on a map, been to Birmingham loads of times. Well, if you've been to Birmingham, you've been near Warsaw. Anyway.
Simply looking at the staggering difference in views between her usual videos and her maliciously edited video on me should reveal the corrupting incentives at play. Nonetheless,
that's true of all
the one
internet,
being accused of being bad faith.
That's to be honest, the corrupting influence of what was the phrase that got fucking used? God Almighty, I'm terrible.
Incentives at play.
Incentives, the corrupting incentives at play. That's basically true. That's true of the entire internet. It seems the corrupting incentives that it channels you in really negative ways. I think if human civilization survives the next couple of 100 years, we'll look back at this time. Pardon me. Ugh. Good Lord, why am I yawning? I'm not even tired. The corrupting influence of the algorithm and the way in which the internet is now channeling people in incredibly bad ways. The most kind of, to my audience, probably the most well understood or known of that kind of phenomenon would be like the alt-right pipeline, where you get channeled via YouTube algorithms and Facebook algorithms and stuff into really negative, toxic propagandist circles, and ordinary people become fucking fascists and stuff, right? But the same is true sort of across the board to an extent. That's why stupid drama streams get viewed more. It's not necessarily because people always prefer drama, although let's be honest, there are lots and lots of people who do enjoy the drama. There's fucking no doubt about it. But it's because YouTube push it. Because people will tend to watch the streams longer than like a normal stream. The average view time will be more, and so it gets increased in the algorithm, and so gradually gets worse and worse. It's like a self-reinforcing bullshit. And people get pushed down really dark, toxic avenues. Not that that's a defense of anything that Riley's done here. I'm just saying that's a truism of the internet, that the incentives to be a prick are massive and obvious. It's sort of shitty, really.
Nonetheless,
yeah, it's capitalism at play, absolutely.
I am the one being accused of being bad faith. I am the one being accused of being manipulative. I am the one being accused of abusing the goodwill of the audience at large. I think the evidence here speaks loudly and clearly in my favor, despite the misleading claims of those who orchestrated this drama. In conclusion, Riley's behavior towards me this week has been inexcusably dishonest, aggressive, and inconsiderate. She has virtually torched her entire core community, and
that's unfortunately true. That last bit, anyway. She has done a lot of damage to her own community in the sense that a lot of the mods have left. Virtually all of the mods from the Discord have left. And who she replaces them with, it might end up being Destiny people, which will just further reinforce that positive reinforcement bullshit. We could see Riley take a nasty turn. I hope not. I hope I'm completely wrong there. That would be awesome, but yeah, it's like I say, the incentives are there, you know.
Ruined the trust many people in her audience.
Because there's no doubt she'll have seen some growth because she's been on Destiny's channel. She'll have seen some growth in the numbers. So again, she thinks she might think, I don't know, I can't read her mind, but she might well think, oh fuck it, go in that direction. That's where the growth is. Again, the incentives are there, you know.
It's held for her. And for what? To hurt me? To curry favor from a more powerful streamer? Since Monday, I have been subjected to a cascade of spurious criticisms, hyperbolic claims backed up with no evidence, and outright transphobia as a result of Riley's actions. I have not participated. This has not been a back and forth. This has not been a squabble between communities. Instead, this has been a one-way campaign of anger, cruelty, and hatred pointed directly at me. I am tired of this meaningless, dishonest, and toxic discourse. I am tired of the grave emotional toll on our communities and mod teams. I am tired of being lied about so blatantly. I am tired of the hard work I put into my content being obscured by two other streamers' obvious spite and drama. If you have reached this conclusion and you are unsure about me or my content, I implore you to look for yourself, ideally without the unfair framing of individuals who hate me and who have openly admitted to using manipulative tactics on those that they hate. Thank you, and may this drama burn in hell.
Yeah, so that's a thing. It sucks, doesn't it? Drama between people you like. Thank you to Ernst with 100 bits. 100 bitties for my titties. Yes. Yeah, drama. Drama is not always necessarily intensely shitty, even between two people you like. Drama can be something interesting and fun, like if it's just a bit of back and forth nonsense that doesn't have like community shattering potential. This, unfortunately, is not one of those moments, right? This is something really negative that I hope the negative effects of that can be mitigated, and that hopefully at some point in the probably relatively distant future, I think, or distant in the internet sense, I hope that both DemonMama and Riley can move past this, but for now that's impossible, I think, because they're just, again, as I mentioned earlier, the defensiveness, the doubling down and tripling down and all of that, you become so entrenched on your sides that even though the things that you actually disagree on aren't that big a fucking deal and can be talked about, and they may be just slight differences of opinion, become this big totemic issue, which is sort of unfortunate, that that's the way it sort of ended up. Because it didn't need to go this way. Again, it's the defensiveness that's the main cause of it, and that's why I hope that people take out of this. If anything of worth can be taken from this particular stream that I'm doing, it's the don't get instantly defensive. Don't think that every piece of criticism is bad faith or negative or just a hater hating, because it often isn't that. It's often something much more constructive. Not always, though. Don't get me wrong. Be cautious, because the internet is full of fucking dickheads, but don't get just instantly defensive and stay in that mode, because that's a really toxic mindset, which can lead you down paths that unfortunately it seems to have led at least part of the way down for Riley, to the point where she's now, like I say, sort of burnt down her community a little bit. Like, it can be rebuilt, and I hope that the new mods aren't DGG twats, because that's just a whole world of fuckery that'll come from that, if it is the case. And I hope this isn't like her rebranding from some sort of cynical, trying to suck up to the big streamer kind of way. I'm prepared to give the benefit of the doubt for now, but the fact that she didn't push back is against some of the really shitty things that were being said about DemonMama and her transness. That doesn't seem like the right word. Her being trans, her trans journey, her trans experience, whatever. That's pretty disgusting, to be honest. That's not cool. I'm prepared to give the benefit of the doubt and say that that's a lapse of judgment based on anger clouding one's mind. But Riley doesn't come out looking good from this. Let's just absolutely lay the cards on the table there. Riley looks very bad in this particular instance. Not cancelling her, not saying she's like an irredeemable piece of shit or anything like that. I think she's just allowed anger and defensiveness to get the better of her, which is a shame. But we're all capable of making mistakes, and we're all capable of bouncing back, and we must allow for the potential for her to bounce back, and I hope she does. And of course, if either of the people involved, or I suppose both, but it would have to be done separately, because I'm not here to be a drama channel. But if either or both of them want to have their right of reply and come on and chat about any of this or anything else, frankly, they're both perfectly welcome. I admire both, and I think they both have contributed positively to the communities that they're a part of in the past, and hope they will continue to do so in the future. That would be fucking awesome. Yeah. So, yeah. Also, fuck Destiny. So, having said I didn't want to do drama. Yeah. So, that's basically all I had to say on the matter, I think. Did anyone else have any passing thoughts that might be of vague interest to me? Thank you, by the way, to Flamdar for the $1 who says drama $1. I'll take your drama $1. Thank you very much. Did anyone else have any final thoughts on this? Christy says, you are a drama channel though, lol. Christy, yeah, I wasn't a drama channel before I got involved with you. That's right, I'm calling you out. Christy has lowered the tone of this channel with her talk of D&D. Anyway, hello there to Christy, by the way. We'll be doing a show probably tomorrow, I think. If she's available. I don't know. Whatever. I'll certainly be doing a show. She may very well be there. I hope she is. And we'll talk about stuff and things. Then she'd have to admit she wasn't acting in bad faith. Doesn't get sucked into the whole this destiny. Indeed. Diagnosed with... Hang on, what's this? Diagnosed with spatial dyscalculia at 16. I can get lost anywhere and suck at mechanical stuff too. That's... Okay. I don't know what that's in reference to. I'm sorry. Frivolous. We want to be nice to Destiny, but he's always being a dick. Everyone, lol. It's yeah, Destiny is a bit of a prick, actually. I don't think he's evil, and I think he does some good work in terms of taking on Nazis and stuff. and I think he has advocated reasonably for trans stuff in some like toxic internet environments, which is where you kind of need it because they're the people most likely to try and hold shit back. But even so, he's a dick. He's just a dick. Is anyone interested in really funny Zizek impersonation? RM Brown has like a 1.5-minute video. Maybe. If you send it to me, maybe we'll do it tomorrow. No, don't be sorry. I just, when you said the thing, I didn't understand what it was a reference to, so I presume it's part of a conversation that I haven't seen. Anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna fuck off now, I think. I'll let everyone else enjoy their Sunday evening. Let's hope this drama goes away. Let's hope the drama would go away and just oh god. It sucks when two good people do drama. Ah. Okay, I'm gonna raid into. Who am I raiding into? Bad Bunny. She doesn't really need it, but she's good people, so you can go and check out what she's up to. I don't know. Yes, thank you all for listening and watching. I will be back tomorrow with stuff and things. Thank you all for listening and watching, and for all of your support. The links are below. I don't need to do shilling all the time. The links are below. Go and check them out. Thank you very much for watching.